Welcome back to the Hardcore Road to Insane Final Boss. I got a Sierra used claw from a random mob in ED1, which is Slayer drop log progress, I guess. The tier 85 spear you make with it is not exactly useful once you have a tier 92 spear. And then I got my first Masuda's War Spear, again completely worthless to me, but is technically drop log progress. Had one of the spookiest disconnections ever at Masuda. Like, this could have easily been a huge loss in the account, but luckily I was spam clicking teleport and the teleport somehow registered, so I logged back in and it was at War's Retreat. As terrifying as it was to think about losing my Grim, Singularity, and all that fun stuff, seeing Masuda stuck spinning like a loading screen was just funny. As a general policy, after having a disconnection on a hardcore, I'll only do safe activities for at least 24 hours, so I decided to go for the Jad Pet. Since Soul Wars was on Spotlight, which is the only time this minigame actually has people playing it, because it's just a dead minigame. Didn't want to use the fire cape I had in the Master Clue hidey hole, so went ahead and did one last fight cave run for a fire cape, easily shattering the previous personal best by almost 9 minutes. And then it was off to spend the 100 zeal to unlock the Jad Pet. I had 70 zeal from completing Nomad's Requiem, so only had to get 30 zeal during the Spotlight. I can finally mark Jad green on the IFB checklist. That's one of the more awkward IFB requirements done. Alright, time for the main grind of the episode. I want to finish all of the pets and kill count requirements from the 4 base Skywars Dungeon 2 bosses. The pets are all 1 in 2,000 with thresholds at 400 kills, and bosses are usually about 50 kills per hour or so in normal mode. Had a few thresholds after AFKing normal mode Greg for a while, so it was time to knock out the 100 hard mode kills. Hard mode Greg is a little weird, but not particularly dangerous for a hardcore. And there's 100 hard mode Greg kills done, so another KC requirement for IFB, and I don't have to go back to hard mode anymore. It's just such an awkward fight. One more down and I didn't get the pet from there, so I still have to go AFK or normal mode for a while until I get the pet, which will be fine. It's a nice little AFK thing to do. And I didn't get a single broadcast. Like when I did Vindicta, I got like 3 or 4 broadcasts from that 100 hard mode KC, but Greg, 0. Back at normal mode Greg, got 120 strength out of nowhere. Turns out these bosses are pretty good XP. Time to train attack, I guess? Not really sure why I had those skills out of sync. Hey, there's my second Praisal Codex, nice! I can unlock the second prayer, which honestly I'm a little torn on, like ranged or melee. Which one do I use more, or is more important to have the prayer for? Probably melee nowadays, cause range you don't really use anywhere, and melee, like there's hybriding with vestments, if I ever get vestments. Yeah, I'll probably use it on melee, but yeah, 2 out of 3, nice! And that was at KC number 499, so just before 500 KC, and it's 2 out of 3 codexes. Nice. Man, those couple of hours of AOD was so crazy. Like, someone got a wand, someone got a pet, and they've got 3 codexes. Ridiculous. Well, there we go. Malevolence requires 99 prayer. I believe that's the melee one. There we go. Sweet. 2 out of 3. It's just 1 prayer left that's grayed out of the prayer log, and then I'll have all the curses unlocked, which is nice. So got the Golden Cape buff, and I'm just mining a bunch of ores to get ready for necromancy and to get some repairs to my masterwork. And look at these 3 accounts here and their stats. They all got 80 smithing, 80 crafting, 80 divination, 20 invention, and then like almost 50 million mining XP. Every single one of them. Alts or bots, take your pick. Did a full raid, got Acto boots. Holy cow, there's 105 ancient scales and it didn't even double. That's what I like to see. I just hit 1900 Gregorovic in normal mode, and after the 100 hard mode kills, that's 2,000 total kills dry of this pet. So that's threshold number 5. Yes, there it is, finally, after all these years. Not years, but you know, it's been way too long since I got a pet. It's been like a month. Faceless Mask, Greg pet done at 2,078 kills, just before 2,000 normal mode kills, and 78 hard mode kills. Done with Greg, finally. I can like make another green check on the Road to IFB checklist. Throw that into the pet tab, and we can move on. Wait, move on? That means I'm out of like AFK boss pets. I don't want to AFK Hellweir, especially after the animate dead nerf. You really can't AFK that kind of stuff anymore. So what am I gonna AFK? I guess it's worth showing the collection log. 6 crests, 10 main hand glaives, and 5 offhand glaives. Don't know why I got half as many offhand glaives. 35 Sliskian essence. So that's going to be nice for grinding out Ilajankin components. Still have this Animacore Legs of Zeros to upgrade a bunch once I do the Twin Furies and Hellweir grinds. Because I'm going to get so many essence out of those, assuming I get as unlucky as I did at this one for the pet. But man, good to finally have that done. Oh, hold on, what? Twisted Antler already? I was just starting this hour. Like, literally, this is the first kill of the instance. You know, I never really actually look at the pets on the ground when I get them, do I? Well, there it is. That's the Twisted Antler at 722 kills in normal mode. Like, I guess I'm done with normal mode Hellweir all of a sudden? Okay, that was a lot faster than Greg, despite the same drop rate. So I guess I'd have to just grind out the 100 hard mode kills at Hellweir, and I'll be done with this boss for IFB requirements. That was sudden. Cool. So I have just one boss pet left in the entirety of Godward's Dungeon 2, not counting Telos, of course. So that's Twin Furies, pet number 2. I've got one of the pets out of the way. So yeah, let's do hard mode Hellweir and Twin Furies, I guess. Almost forgot. Gotta show putting the pet in the pet tab. There we go. I don't know if it picked up on the microphone, but my cat was on my lap purring, so that's always fun. Alright, let's talk about hard mode Hellweir. This might actually be the spookiest boss fight out of the 4 Godward's Dungeon 2 bosses, despite being one of the quicker ones in hard mode. I like to start with the Sunshine, and then immediately teleport if I get bad RNG on the Spore spawns. Like, it's not even worth salvaging the kill if you get scammed out of your Sunshine. Then I divert the big hit from the first special attack for a ton of adrenaline, and then continue with the typical FSOA rotation. Gotta pray melee for the frenzy attacks, and then the wolf spawns can be completely ignored because they do like no damage. And then comes the spookiest mechanic, where only one row of mushrooms going from east to west is safe, and for every mushroom that explodes near you, you take 5.6k damage. You can be hit by more than one of those mushroom explosions at once. This mechanic alone is why you see me using the Ring of Death. I can definitely see myself getting insta-signed from full HP and then quickly hit by another explosion before I can hit teleport. So not a big fan of that idea. And there's 100 hard mode Hellweir kills, which is just a nice requirement to get out of the way, because that's a spooky boss. With these bombs that hit 5.6k each, and you can get hit by 2 at the same time, so it's like insta-sign. Spooky boss, but yeah, now it's just Twin Furies left for any requirements from Godward's Dungeon 2. And that is 100 hard mode Twin Furies done, which means I've done all the kill count requirements in Godward's Dungeon 2. It's just the last pet from this boss. I should finish out the hour, but I just want to stay at 100 hard mode KC, even though it's probably better to camp hard mode for this particular boss in Godward's Dungeon 2. I just like to just play it safe and just do normal mode for the rest and just get the pet that way. I'm at about 800 normal mode KC, 100 hard mode KC. Not expecting to get the second pet from this boss too soon. It's pretty rare, but yeah, shouldn't take too much longer. Hey, here's the Blade of Namora, finally. So that's the drop log complete once I get the other pets. But man, that took forever. I got like 4 of the other blade before getting 1 of the Blade of Namora. 20 essences, 5 crests. But yeah, that's gonna be nice, so I'll be able to save the broadcast once I get the second pet. Wow, the Blade of Namora came back from like a 4-0, like coming from behind on the Blade of Averis there on the collection log. 6 and 6 now after getting 2 this hour. Almost to the 4th threshold, because it'll be 1500 normal mode, 100 hard mode kills. So it should be a 1 in 400 drop rate for the second pet. Just gotta keep telling myself I'll get it any hour now, because this is just mind-numbing and repetitive. finally, there's the stupid Nomura's braid. Jeez, 2,248 kills. So that's 2,148 normal mode and 100 hard mode kills, and this boss is finally done. Ugh, it felt like that took forever. I actually calculated like the statistics of like what were the chances of getting this pet every hour I was going, and it was like 15.2% every hour of normal mode. I would have gotten about 19.4% in hard mode if I was doing hard mode kills, but I don't like hard mode. It's just a tiny bit spookier. It's less AFK, or you have to pay more attention to it. But that took forever. Let's take a look at the collection log. Twin Furies, like, I think, yeah, Blades of Nomura overtook the Blades of Avaris somehow after a 4-0 lead for the Blade of Avaris. And 9 Crests of Zamorak, 41 Zamorakian in Essence, set for life on Zamorakian in Essence. And now both pets are done. I can finally move on. I've got all pets and all kill count requirements from the God Wars Dungeon 2 bosses. Like the Vindicta pets I got super long ago, and I got the first Twin Furies pet like super long ago. It was one of my first boss pets. In fact, it was my second boss pet like years ago. I got Avaris's braid. So that's just funny that it took so long for the last one. Anyway, I gotta take a divination break. Thanks for watching this episode. We'll come back next time for some Nex, some Telos, and of course back to ED1 to hopefully finish that without dying again.